Hello friends, now today we are going to discuss another game playing algorithm called as SSS star algorithm. We are discussing unit 6 and this unit 6 is on game playing. Before this we have started with Minimax algorithm and then followed by improved version of Minimax algorithm, that is alpha beta cutoff algorithm. This SS star algorithm is another improvement over alpha beta cutoff algorithm. Now before discussing this SSS star algorithm, let us recall what we have discussed in last class. In last class we have discussed another game playing algorithm called as alpha beta cutoff algorithm. We saw that alpha beta cutoff algorithm is an improvement over minimax algorithm, where minimax algorithm evaluates all the nodes, it explores, visits all the nodes twice, and that has been improved in alpha beta cutoff algorithm by pruning branches which you need not have to explore. So for that purpose we have defined two parameters alpha and beta, and we have passed these two parameters to the alpha beta cutoff algorithm. Alpha parameter was modified by max node, max player that is, and beta parameter was modified by min node or min player. Both the players play alternatively. Whenever your alpha is greater than or equal to beta, we prune the corresponding branch in alpha beta cutoff algorithm. Now alpha parameter defines the minimum that max node can take from the min node, and beta parameter specifies the maximum that minimizer has to give to the maximizer. So in this way, at any time t, we can find out that alpha cannot be equal to beta. That means the minimum that maximizer has to take from the minimizer, that should not be always greater than the maximum that minimizer can give to the maximizer. So whatever minimum I want, if that is greater than whatever maximum you can give, so I will not take, something like this. So therefore we saw that this algorithm reduce number of branches that has to be visited, number of nodes that has to be evaluated, and that's how that is an improvement over min-max algorithm. Today we are going to discuss another variation of this alpha beta cutoff algorithm, which is called as SSS star algorithm. Now SSS star algorithm that was introduced by George Stockman in 1979, and that SSS star algorithm that carries out traversal of game tree in best first manner, that was very similar to a star search algorithm that we have discussed in heuristic search strategy algorithms. So you will find out this algorithm is very similar to your best first search, as well as you will find out its similarity with a star search, which uses this best first search, and then it is also, it has similarity with AND OR search, which we have discussed in problem decomposition, and then it uses alpha beta strategy. It is functions similar to alpha beta in its backward phase. So therefore you will find out this algorithm is combination of best first search, A star search, AND OR search, alpha beta cutoff search. I find out functioning of this algorithm very similar to your plan space search also, where you define some partial plan and then over a period of time you refine the plan and finally you arrive at a final plan. Similarly out here also you are going to work on strategies. So if you start with strategies for max, so you are going to start with a particular strategy for max, and then you are going to refine it until you get the final strategy. So here you will find out that's how this algorithm is different from alpha beta cutoff algorithm and minimax algorithm that we have discussed earlier. This SSS star algorithm is based on the notion of solution trees and this solution trees means you will have set of strategies. So it will work on strategies. That means, what is a strategy then? Informally, a solution tree can be formed. That means a strategy you can form from any arbitrary game tree in such a way that you prune the number of max branches to 1. Suppose we have a game tree, we start with the max, and then we have then turn of mean player. So this indicates max player's turn, and then we have means turn. So what we do, we prune number of branches of this max to 1. So we will cut all remaining branches except one we will keep, and then we will keep all the nodes associated with mean. So that's why we are saying we will prune number of branches at each max node to 1. Such a tree will represent a complete strategy for max, and otherwise the remaining tree will be as it is, since it specifies exactly one max action for every possible sequence of moves made by the opponent. So now this is opponent's move. So opponent will have all possibilities with him or her. So we'll keep all this, and then for max you are going to keep only 1. So in this way you will get one strategy for max. So whatever move, or if max makes one particular move, whatever move that mean makes, then you will find out max will have complete solution with him or her. So that is called as a strategy. Now given a game tree, this SS star algorithm searches through the space of partial solution trees. So you are going to start with a partial solution tree and gradually analyze and make it to the larger and larger subtree. Eventually that will produce a single solution tree with same root and minimax value as that of original game tree. So you will get the same result that is of your alpha beta cutoff as well as minimax algorithm. So you will find out this SS star algorithm will never examine the node that alpha beta cutoff have pruned, and may prune some additional nodes that alpha beta cutoff could not prune. So therefore Stockman speculated that time that it may therefore be a better version of your alpha beta cutoff algorithm. So these are SSS star algorithm search in the space of strategies. So for that purpose you will have to define different various strategies initially. Now for that purpose, now we will find out what is a strategy in detail. A strategy as for a max is if max make one particular move, then whatever move that mean player is going to make, max will have an answer for that. So that therefore you will find out max performs a look ahead, and then value, we define a value of a strategy. We define value of a strategy. For example, if I denote that as Vs, value of strategy S is a minimum of value of all the leaves, value of all the leaves of strategy S, for example, something like this, minimum of value of all the leaves. Value of strategy S is minimum of value of all the leaves for strategy S. So then this way we define a strategy, value of a particular strategy. So that's what we have specified out here. So minimum of all the values of leaves, that means terminal nodes in strategy S, because that will be a minimizer's turn. So minimizer will always select the minimum value, and therefore you are choosing the best. Minimizer will play its best or play optimally. So therefore minimizer is going to select the minimum among the available options. So therefore we are here taking minimum value of all the leaves. So that will be a value of strategy. Then you are going to refine it over a period of time. Now let us see this game tree and find out how to define a strategy. In this game tree, here this red arcs, they are showing one strategy for this Max. Max has started playing. Max had two options. Out of that, you prune other options and keep only one. So we have kept this option. And then you keep all the options of this mean. So whatever move mean make, Max will have an answer. So suppose mean makes this move, then Max will make this move, and then again mean's turn. Mean keep all the moves of the mean. So this is one way. If mean makes this another move, then Max will make this move. Then these are the options available for the mean. So this is called as one strategy. That means if Max makes this move, whatever mean move that mean makes, Max will have an answer. So if mean makes this move, Max will play in this particular manner. If mean makes this move in this situation, then Max will move in this manner. So this is called as one strategy, which is shown in red. We call that as suppose strategy S1. So similarly, now you will find out this one strategy is associated with 4 nodes. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So find out how many strategies. Now if your game tree is like this, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-ply game tree. It's a 4-ply game tree. So how many strategies this game tree will have, or for Max this game tree will have. Similarly, we will define another strategy S2 for this Max. Same way, Max will make the same move. If this is the case, then minimizer you keep the all. So minimizer will have these two options. Now initially maximizer, if minimizer selects this particular option, then maximizer had selected this leftmost option. Another possibility, if minimizer selects this path, then maximizer in S1 case had selected this particular path. But now in this strategy S2, maximizer can select this right hand side path. So we will call this as strategy S2, another strategy of this Max player. Right? So here the nodes involved are again 50, 40 and these two nodes. You can evaluate and find out their value. So if you now consider that how many strategies this particular game tree will have. Now third strategy will be, instead of maximizer selecting this particular path, maximizer can select this path, right? And then left side of this Max node, so that will be strategy 3. Fourth strategy will be, maximizer will select the same right hand side path for this, and then right side of this Max, so that will be strategy 4. So similarly we will have 4 strategies on this right hand side. So for this game tree we will have 8 strategies. Then you will find out every leaf node belongs to 2 strategies. For example, consider the case of this node 50. It belongs to this strategy S2, as well as it belongs to strategy S1 also. This was S1 strategy, right? In next S3 you are going to select this particular part. So you will find out every node belongs to two strategies. Now let us move further. We have seen that value, we have to define the value of a strategy. So we are going to define value of a strategy as minimum value of all the leaves associated with that node. Then you will find out, since this is the case, then value of a strategy is always less than or equal to value of any leaf in that strategy, because value of a strategy is minimum of all the available options, all the leaves. If you go back, for example, now consider this case. This is strategy S1. Now value of this strategy S1, you can define that value of this strategy S1 is equal to minimum of values of all the leaves. So leaves, their values are 50, 40, 70 and 60. So we will have here 50, 40, 70 and 60. So minimum of this is 40. So value of this strategy S1 will be initially 40, and over the period of time you will be refining it. So that is what value of a strategy. Now let us move further. So you will find out this value of strategy is always less than or equal to value of its leaves, therefore. So let's go here. So value of this strategy, which is 40, is always less than value of all other leaves. So you will find out, since we have taken the minimum, always it will be less than or equal to all other values of all other leaves. So therefore you will find out value of this leaf that will define an upper bound on the strategy that it contains, right? Because value of strategy is less than or equal to value of leaf. So you will find out the game tree. Just now we have seen it was a 4-fly game tree, and in this 4-fly game tree number of strategies were 8, that is 2 raised to 3. So this is equal to 8 strategy, that belongs to maximum 8 strategies. If you move further, number of strategies, if your game tree is 5 to 6 fly deep, so that will be 2 raised to 7. So see, the value is increasing from 2 raised to 3 to 2 raised to 7. This should be 3. Number of strategies for 7 to 8 fly game tree will be 2 raised to 15. If number of flies are 9 to 10, then it is increasing from 2 raised to 15 to 2 raised to 31. So see how many strategies will be there as number of flies are more. So you can analyze later on complexity of this algorithm with this. So algorithm searches through the strategies. That's why this parameter is important. Now let us try to understand how it works. This algorithm maintains an open list. As I told you that it's very similar to your A-star algorithm, which is a best first search algorithm. Always you find out the best path. So you maintain a priority queue out there. On this open list, you store the nodes or descriptors of the active nodes, and these nodes are sorted in decreasing order of their merit. So the node having max H value will be at the front of this queue. Always, since it's a priority queue, remember that node having highest value, heuristic value, that will be at the front of the priority queue. So therefore we find out it's a best first variation of alpha beta cutoff algorithm. Every leaf in a game tree you will find out that belongs to cluster of strategies. Let us see how. As I told you that let us consider this first leaf that belongs to two strategies, this strategy S2 and this strategy S1, which is shown in red. So you will find out every leaf belongs to two strategies or cluster of strategies. In that case, two strategies. Now algorithm will search through all these strategies using alpha beta cutoff technique. So you are going to start with a representative set of cluster of nodes which will belong to all the strategies, minimum set of nodes of course, which will belong to all the strategies, and then you will have VS defined for that, value of every strategy defined. Then you are going to refine it by using alpha beta cutoff technique. Now this is how your SS star algorithm functions. First step, it selects set of leaves to cover all strategies. How to do that now? We have to find out set of leaves which will cover all the strategies. So let us go back to the game tree that we were discussing earlier. Now suppose this is your game tree, then you are going to select set of leaves which will cover all strategies. So since here number of lines are 4, so there are 8 possible strategies. So you will have to select minimum set of nodes in such a way that that node will belong to, those 4 nodes will belong to all those 8 strategies. So every node belongs to 2 strategies that we know. So there will be 4 nodes which will belong to all those 8 strategies, because each node will represent or that will belong to 2 strategies. So that was our first step. Select set of leaves that will cover all strategies. So this set will be a minimum set. Now how to do that? It's very simple. Extract the subtree from your game tree. Suppose your game tree is something like this. We have max at root, then mean, then again max, then mean, suppose again max, final or terminal nodes. In this way. So at max node you choose all branches, because you have to find out now all strategies. If you are finding out one strategy, then we select one option for max and then all options for mean. Now since you have to cover all strategies, then you will have to choose all branches for max. So we will select all branches for max. This is max node, so select all branches. At mean node, this we have done. At mean node, you choose one branch. Now here at this mean, we have two options available. Select only one. Now initially we will select leftmost, therefore suppose first. Here only one option available. Here this one. So at max you select all. At mean you select one. At max you select all. And at mean you select only one. Initially we will select leftmost. In this way. So in this way, whatever tree you will get or subtree you will get, that will cover all strategies. Not difficult, simple. Now Second step is you will have to maintain open list, and which is a priority queue, and this priority queue will store the nodes, and those nodes will represent clusters. So basically it will store as such clusters, they will be representing clusters, but cluster again, that is a collection of nodes and that will be refined afterwards. So therefore we will say that it maintain a priority queue of nodes. Represent each node as, now each node you are going to represent with a name of a node. Suppose name of a node is J, then you are going to label it either live or solved. Two options are available with you, live or solved, and then upper bound associated with that. So value of a live defines upper bound in the strategy that it contains. So name of a node J, label it either live or solved. We will see how to do that. And upper bound we specify with the node. So what is the upper bound? Value associated with that node. Value of a node, remember that always it represents the upper bound for the strategy in which it contains. And we are going to label nodes as live or solved. So live means very similar to unsolved node in AND OR graph algorithm. Out there we label node as unsolved or solved. So out here, instead of unsolved, we are labeling that as live. So initially node will be live, and after that you algorithm will label that as solved. So you will find out, therefore this algorithm is similar to your AND OR graph algorithm also, because if you look at, you recall the first step where we have selected set of leaves which are covering all strategies. So here we have started with max, and then at max we have selected all, and at mean we have selected 1. So at max we have selected all, at mean only 1, in this way. So at max all, at mean only 1. So this is similar to your AND OR graph algorithm. Only the difference in AND OR graph, you add all those values. Here we are not going to do that. We select the minimum value. Initially you will find out, now let us move to the next step. Therefore root, you are going to label it like this. You are going to represent and put it on the priority queue with this value. So node name is root. Initially it is unsolved, so live, and then initial value will be some large value. Right now we don't know, so assume that plus infinity, similar to that of your alpha beta cutoff algorithm, because you are working from max point of view. So therefore plus infinity, you have initialized that value, or plus large. Now algorithm will move further, will refine the strategies and values of associated with those strategies, and finally if your root gets labeled solved, then algorithm terminates. So that is also very similar to your alpha beta cutoff algorithm. So out here also, when your root gets labeled solved, then algorithm will terminate. So refine best looking partial solution strategy. That's how algorithm will move until best solution is found. That means root is labeled as solved. So all this you will be doing in two phases. SS star algorithm works through the two search phases. First phase is your node expansion phase. So it will start with your root node and then it will generate a tree, subtree, which will cover all the strategies, right? So that is called a node expansion phase or forward phase. That is the top-down expansion of main strategy. And then we have solution phase, that is backward phase, bottom-up phase, and that of Andor graph, where we will search for the best max strategy. From backward phase, so remember here, we will be searching for best max strategy. So that's why on priority queue you will find out we will have always a node having highest value, h value at the front, because you are working for max. So let us see forward phase of SSS star algorithm. In forward phase you are going to start with root node, and if it's a max, and if the node is live, and if it is non-terminal, as that will be a case initially, then you are going to add all children. So first step that you are doing, that you are selecting minimum number of nodes which will cover all strategies. So if it's a max node, and if it is live, that is unsolved, and if it is non-terminal, so you add all. So as we have seen in max, to find out minimum number of leaves which will cover all possible strategies, you select all children of this max and one among this for mean. So same thing we are doing out here. For mean, if the node is mean and if it is live and if it is non-terminal, then add only one child. So let us go back to see this game tree. So if it's a max, add all, this one and this one. If it's a mean, add only one. Suppose we select leftmost first. Sorry, if it's a mean, select one. If it's a max, select all. Right? This will not be selected. So mean has selected this, so all this, and then again there is a means turn. Select one. We will select left one. So left one. Sorry, not this. Left one. No, this we have not selected, right? It was with earlier. Max has selected these two. So mean only one. Suppose leftmost is selected. For max you select all. So all we have selected, and for mean you select one. Right? So this will give you the required subtree. Then finally you are going to reach at the terminal node, label it solved. Before that all nodes we label them live. At terminal node we are going to label that as solved. So at the end you will find out if it's a 4-fly game tree, as we have seen earlier, this 4-fly game tree. Then out there you will have 4 representative nodes, each representing one cluster containing 2 strategies, and its value will be upper bound on those 2 strategies. Again I am repeating, in that 4-fly game tree, then we will have to find out 4 representative nodes, each representing one cluster. So there are 8 strategies. So you have to find out minimum set of nodes who will represent all those 8 strategies, right? So there will be 4 such nodes representing one cluster, and that cluster will contain 2 strategies. So one node will be a part of 2 strategies, and its value of that particular node will be the upper bound on those 2 strategies, because initially we do not know. So we know that value of a strategy is always less than equal to value of leaf node, right? So you will find out, therefore, if you go to the game tree again, here minimum set of nodes which will cover all those 8 strategies will be, so for this current strategy S2, we'll start with S1, the strategy, suppose 50 is a part of S1, so S1, 50 is part of S2 also, right? Then we will have in S3 we will select this option, this will remain as it is. So suppose we select 30, so 30 will be a part of this strategy where we are going to select this part, and then it will be a part of this, if this max select this, that will be 4th strategy also. Similarly out here you will find out this 30 will be a part of 2 strategies, one is this one, right, and another one is, in another case you are going to select this, for that strategy also 30 will be a part, and then in next turn you are going to select, instead of this part, this one. For this particular option, this one will be a 7 strategy, this one will be 8 strategy, so here you will be selecting 70. So these 4 nodes, 50, 30, 30 and 70, now they are representing all 8 strategies in this game tree. So we are going to start with SS star algorithm will start with these 4 which are representing all those 8 strategies, and value of this leaf node will represent upper bound on that particular strategy, because of course it can be less than that, but it is a upper bound, because as I am repeating again, Vs is less than or equal to Vl. So initially we can assume that this is the best available with us. Later on, if you get better than this, then it will be refined further. So that is your phase 1, forward phase. Here you are going to generate a subtree which will cover all strategies, and minimum set of nodes then you will get. Now let us see the diagram. This diagram is representing 4 strategies. Strategy S1 in red, S2 in this pink color, S3 in this blue, and S4 in black color, right? These are 4 strategies for max. Then remaining 4, remaining S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. In S5 case, you select, instead of this part, you select this part, right? That will be your S5, and one part from this, that is your S5. Keep this as it is, then this part, next time this part, that is S6. come here. S7 will be, you select this part instead of this and this part, and in S8 keep this as it is, the another option available with this max. So 8 strategies will be there. All those 8, as I told you, there will be 4 minimum nodes which will represent those 8 strategies. So we have said that 50 that belongs to this 2 strategies, S1 and S2. Here 30 belongs to S3 and S4. Similarly, this 30 will belong to S5 and S6, and this 70 will belong to S7 and S8. So that is your forward phase. So you are going to start with this representative clusters. Again remember, each now representative node that belongs to 2 strategies. So we call that as a cluster of strategies. So it's a representative node which is representing 2 strategies. Its value is 50. So that is an upper bound for the strategy in which it contains. Now second phase algorithm performs in backward fashion. It will start with terminal nodes and move upwards, refining the strategies. If it's a max node and if it is solved, that will be the case initially. Terminal nodes, we have labeled them as solved in the forward phase. In forward phase, if node is terminal, we labeled it solved. So out here, if it is max and solved, then we are going to perform this task. If it has sibling, that means something like this. If this is your node, and if it has a sibling, replace it with the sibling with a lower value, because it is connected with min, because value of strategy is always less than or equal to value of leave. Therefore, if it's a max, if it is solved, replace it sibling with a lower value and label it solved. So this will be labeled as solved, and you are going to replace that with lower value because it's a minimizer node. And we know that Vs is less than or equal to Vl. Else, if this is not the case, if there is no sibling, if there is no sibling, now after this there is no sibling, that is also one possibility. Or another situation is, you have a node and there is no sibling, or after this second you are going to check for third, there is no sibling. If this is the case, replace with parent and label it solved. Replace that with parent and label that again solved. So this is one possibility. And second possibility is, it's a min node and if it is solved, then replace it with parent and label it solved. So if it is a min, then only one thing you have to do, replace it with parent and label that as solved. So this is how you are going to perform these 2 steps, 2 phases. One is in forward phase, you are going to find out minimum set of nodes which will cover all the strategies. So they will have upper bound defined on the strategies in which they contain, and then we are going to refine it. So that will be done by backward phase. So this will work in alpha beta cutoff manner, and then you are going to start with terminal nodes and you will move upward if it's a max node and if it is solved, and if it has sibling, replace that with a sibling with lower value and label it solved. Else, replace with parent, and if it's a min node and if it is solved, replace it with parent and label it solved. So that's how you will be performing these 2 phases, and your algorithm will terminate if your root is labeled as solved. Now we will understand SS star algorithm with an example. But before that, let us see how alpha beta algorithm is sensitive to the order in which nodes are visited. Now come to the example which is given on page number 251. from the Khemani's book. We'll solve this example with alpha beta cutoff algorithm. So initially we will start with in-depth first search manner from left side. So we assign initial values of alpha is equal to minus infinity and beta is equal to infinity in depth first search manner. So in the similar way we will come here to this first min node. So min node will assign the value of beta. So here beta will be 5, the lowest value, and here value of this node will be 5 because it's a minimum node. So this way here it's a max node, so it will update the value of alpha. Alpha will be 5 in this case. So that value will come down here, and here now it's a min node, so value of this node will be 7. Now 7, this node will assign the value of beta, so here this beta will be 7. So algorithm will come here, it's again a min node, it will take this value of alpha but it will update the value of beta. So here value of beta will be 7 because value of this node, it's a max node, is 7, so beta is 7. So that will be copied here, value of beta is equal to 7, value of beta is equal to 7. It will come here, here it's a min node, update the value of beta again. So minimum of this two, that is 8. 8 is better, beta increases, so 8 is better than 7, so value of this node will be 8. And now this is max node, here it is value, update the value of alpha. So alpha, it will get 8 from this side, alpha is minus infinity, 8 is better than minus infinity because value of alpha decreases, so here value of alpha will be 8. Now here you will see that alpha is greater than beta, so therefore this branch will be proved. So value of this node will be 8. In this way algorithm will continue, and then you will find out this algorithm will have 3 cutoffs. This is 1 beta cutoff and 2 alpha cutoffs, and then you will see that algorithm has not evaluated these 4 nodes. So out of these 16 nodes, alpha beta cutoff algorithm, if you explore the nodes, if you evaluate the nodes from left to right manner, then out of 16 it evaluates 16 minus 4, that is 12 nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now what we will do, instead of going from left to right, we will flip this game tree and we will make it 10, 7, 8, 9. We will explore it in from the right hand side. So for that purpose we will flip this game tree and we will see how many nodes algorithm has to visit or explore. Now we have flipped that game tree which is given on page number 252 from Khemani's book. Now again we will evaluate here, you can see here 10, 7, 8, 9, 12. So now here we have 10, 7, 8, 9, 12 from left side. So we will go again from left side, but after flipping that tree instead of going this way. Again solve this with alpha beta cutoff algorithm. Again same process, here you will update the value of beta, so minimum value is 7, so value of beta will be 7 out here. So here max node, it will update the value of alpha, so it is getting 7, so value of alpha will be 7. Now this node has to be evaluated, you have to go in DFS manner, it's a minimum node, value of this node will be 8, so beta value of this node will be 8, minimum of this 2. So now this max node is getting here from this side 8, from this side 7, so 8 is better, value of alpha decreases, So 7 is better. So we'll keep that as it is, but value of this node will be 8. So now this is mean node, it will update the value of beta. So here beta will be 8. So by that time here you will have to copy this value, beta is equal to 8, beta is equal to 8. Mean node, value of this node will be 11. Now it is getting 11, value of beta was 8. Now value of beta decreases, so it will remain same, and then it will come here, minimum of this 2 is 5, value of beta is 5 in this case. So this max node, it will take max of this 2, so value of this max node will be 11, and value of beta will be alpha, it will update the value of alpha here will be 11. Okay, since value of alpha is 11, it will not go down here, it will prune this branch here itself. So here value of alpha is 11, value of beta is 8, alpha is greater than 8, so it need not have to go down. Here it will update the value of beta is 8 here, it will not change because value of beta should decrease. So here now it will update the value of alpha will be 8, it is getting, because here minimum of this 2, that is 8. So this node will have value, alpha value 8. So let us copy this value, here alpha will be 8, alpha is 8, beta will be infinity, alpha is 8. Now minimum node, minimum of this 2, 8, it will update the value of beta is 8, alpha is equal to beta. So again you will find out pruning will take place. So here this branch will be pruned. You need not have to check even this, here beta will be initially 8, so alpha and beta are equal. Now here alpha is 8, so initially it will check this node, beta will be 8, alpha and beta are equal, so similarly here also you need not have to even go down. So this is second alpha cutoff you will get out here. So this node will have value now 8. So again this node will have value 8, and what about this node? Now it is minimum node, it is getting 8 from this side, alpha is already 8 and beta will be also 8. So this is another cutoff. Alpha and beta are equal, so algorithm will not evaluate this node also. So let us check out how many nodes this algorithm has evaluated. So this part has been pruned, this is pruned, this one is also pruned, and all these 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, because this branch has been pruned. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 7 nodes are evaluated if you flip the tree, if you change the order in which nodes are evaluated. So you will see in earlier case it was 12 nodes, and now if you flip the tree, number of nodes evaluated are 7. So alpha beta algorithm is sensitive to order in which nodes are visited. That's not the case with SSS star algorithm. So let us see now how SSS star algorithm works. This is how your tree will look like this. Now we will work out on same game tree how SS star algorithm will work. First step in SS star algorithm, you recall the first step. forward phase, you will have to find out 4 representative nodes in such a way that they will represent all the clusters or clusters of strategy, because it's a 4-ply game tree and you will be finding out nodes in such a way that they will represent all the strategies. So if you select one node, that will belong to 2 strategies, as we have seen earlier. See the game tree, this is what strategy S1, so we select one from max and all from mean, so that defines a strategy. This is strategy S2, and in this way, if you go down, here we have 4 strategies: red color 1, pink color 2nd, blue color 3rd, and this black color arrows they are showing 4th strategy. Similarly, now instead of this branch, you can select this branch for max, and again same process if you repeat, so you will have 8 strategies. So here in algorithm, if we have to select nodes which will cover all the strategies, minimum amount of nodes, then you will be following this forward phase. If it's a max node, then you will be adding all the children, and if it's a mean node, you will be adding 1. In earlier case, if you have to find out one strategy, what we have done, we have selected one for max and all for mean, because if max makes one particular move, mean can make any of the move, then max will have answer for that, so that defines the strategy. If you have to find out all strategies, so you have to select all branches from max and one child from mean, and in this way, if you develop a tree for this example, so you will be selecting all for max and one for mean. Suppose for mean we select leftmost, all for max and one for mean. One for mean. Leftmost we are selecting, not necessary, you can select rightmost also. Instead of this left branch, you can select right branch also. So 4 nodes. This is node with evaluation value 10, 7, 5 and 12. So they are representing now 8 clusters. Each node is representing 2 clusters. This 10 is representing 2 clusters. So that will form a upper bound on those 2 clusters. Right? Value of a strategy, recall, value of a strategy is always less than or equal to value of all the leaves in that strategy. Therefore, now this 10 is representing, or it will be a part of 2 strategies. One is this one, and another one is if you consider the right side. At once you will have to select one part, at another time you have to select another part. So in this way, if you see, only 4 nodes we will evaluate first. That is, your first is with value 10. So here we will write value 10. Then this node with value 5. Sorry, not 5, 7. This node has value 7. That's 7. Then this node has value 5 and sorry, this is 11. No? This has to be 11. This node, not 12, 11. So 5 and 11. This node will have value 5 and this will have value 11. So these 4 nodes are now representing 4 clusters. We will name those clusters like A. Now this is cluster A. This will be cluster B, C and D for understanding our discussion. So what we have done, we have selected a set of nodes, minimum set of nodes which will cover all strategies. So there are 8 strategies. Each node is covering 2 strategies. So that is representing a cluster of 2 strategies. So here now what we have shown, this dark black color lines that is shown, initially you have evaluated only this 4. Now as we will progress further, number of nodes that you are evaluating, that will increase, and we will start with a strategy which is best right now, and we will be refining it. That's what SSS star algorithm works. We will refine it further until your this root node get solved. So initially, if you are at a terminal node and if it's a max, then we label them as solved. So this node will get a label solved, and as we will progress further, its parent nodes they can become solved. So now out of these 4 representative nodes, the best one is from max point of view. Now what this is representing right now, it's a partial strategy that if max moves something like this, now the chances are that max will have maximum benefit, that is maximum value of evaluation function, that is 11. So we will start with this node D, which is representing a cluster of 2 strategies, and we will refine it further now. So this D, this is C, this is B, and this is A. So before that we will see how it will go up. Now this node is a minimum node. We have started from this D. It's a minimum node, and this is solved. So therefore it will evaluate this node. Now value of this node is height of 11, 12. So that node will be evaluated. This node will be evaluated, and it's a minimum node. So its value will be minimum of this 2, that is 11. Now what is this 11? 11 is the upper bound of the 2 strategies to which this D belongs. Now since this is 11, this max will get 11 from this side. What about this? Because now here alpha value of this node will be 11, right? It is getting 11. So max updates the value of alpha, and here this is mean node, that is your node C, which is again representing 2 strategies, and this C will be a part of 2 strategies, and for which the other nodes they will be on the right hand side. Similarly the case for D. Now value of this C, upper bound of this C is 5, and here we have 11. So therefore we know that value of strategy is always less than or equal to value of leaves in that strategy S. So therefore you will find out this D is better. You need not have to explore this, consider this C, because this is max node, it is getting 11. C, that is 5, is the upper bound of the 2 strategies. So C will never come in picture, so we will not visit C again now. So now here your alpha is 11. So now you will work on this part, right hand side part, so that this will become solved. Now this node is solved, right? And value of this node. Now this is minimum. If it get less than 11, if it get less than 11, then and then only it will accept that, otherwise it will not accept that, because it's a minimum node. It is getting 11 from this side. So if it is less than 11, then it will accept, otherwise it will not accept. So algorithm will come down. Now it will evaluate right part of this tree, subtree, so that this node becomes solved. So this is how it will look like. If we name this right hand side as x, so we will have to evaluate this x, and to evaluate this x you will have to evaluate this two mean nodes. So you will come down out here, and then you will evaluate this. So this node, value of that node is, let us go back, it is 9, and then the right hand side 8. So this node has value 9, right? And this node, now beta value this node will update. So it will take minimum of this two by our step, backward step. You are going backward, so it's a max node, so it has to take minimum of this two. So this is 8, right? So this two will be evaluated. So value of this node will be 8. Now it will come here, this will be your value of beta. Now here you will have value of alpha. Alpha is 8, it is getting 8. If it's greater than 8, then it will evaluate this. So it will come down, check this left part, this node will be evaluated. Value of this node is 7. So beta value of this node will be 7. Here alpha is 8. So this will not be evaluated, right? Because alpha is greater than your beta. So here there will be a pruning, and then value of this node will be 7. It's a max node. It is getting 8 from this side, 7 from this side. So 8 is better. So value of this node will be 8. So now algorithm will come here. This node is solved now. This one is also solved. It is getting 11 from this side, 8 from this side. So this node will be now evaluated. It is getting less than 11, right? Less than 11. So 8 is less than 11. So therefore it will accept. So value of this node will be 8. Now value of this node is 8. It is solved. But if you see cluster A and B, maximizer will find out the maximum best among the available options. So better than 8, one more option is available here, that is this node, representative node for two clusters A, which has value 10. Now algorithm will shift its attention to this node A, which is representing two strategies in this cluster A, which has upper bound 10, which is better than 8 right now. So if we get this maximizer get better than 8, it will take. So now this is the best, so this will be evaluated. Right node of this 10 is having value 5, so it will be evaluated to 5. So this minimum is getting, minimizer is getting 5. 5 is better than 10 because value of beta decreases. It wants minimum of this. Since its value has become 5, it is not now better than this 8. So now this cluster is fully refined. D is fully refined. This is the best available, so therefore algorithm will terminate here and it will choose this particular node. Algorithm will terminate with value 8. So this is how this SS star algorithm works. So it refines best cluster D finally. So this is how initially it will shift his attention after evaluating this to right side. So that has resulted in two clusters. Again recursively SS star will be called here, D1 and D2. So they will be evaluated. If it get less than 11, then that will be updated. So it has got 8, so we updated that to 8. And finally, since here although the value of A was 10, but it has evaluated, this mean node has evaluated that to 5, so 8 is better, so this will be fully evaluated. So ultimately this is solved and then this will become solved, and algorithm will terminate with value minimax value 8. So here if you see, find out, we have evaluated 9 nodes as that of in first case of alpha beta. For same game tree it evaluated 12 nodes. So as opposed to 12, this algorithm only evaluates 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. This algorithm evaluates 9 nodes. So it is better than your alpha beta cutoff algorithm. Now rather than this, we have selected these 4 representative nodes in our earlier case, 10, 7 and 5 and 11. So instead of this you can select other 4 nodes also. Let us check it out. Algorithm should give the same result. So instead of that, if you select these 4 nodes, 8, 8 and this 8 and this 8. If this is the case, then at home you evaluate how it will work. How you are going to start? So forward phase already you have done. Now go to the backward phase. Select the best cluster. This will be your best cluster. And then you are going to evaluate this node. So left hand side of this is, value of that node is 7, right? So now this node will have value 7, beta is 7, minimum of this 2. Here alpha is 7. Now this will be evaluated. It is getting 8 from this. So beta is 8 less than alpha. So this has to be evaluated. So right of this node is that value is 9. Minimum of this is 8. So now this max is getting 8 from this side and 7 from this side. So it will select this. So here this node will have value 8. Now alpha value will change. 8 is better than 7. So here alpha will be 8. So that value will be copied here. Alpha is 8. Alpha is 8. This will not be evaluated. If this node gets less than 8, then it will accept. Otherwise not. So this node, now value of this node is, what was the value of that node? Oh, that value was 5. So now it is getting 5 from this side. Alpha was 8 here from this side. It is getting 5. So beta will be 5 and alpha is greater than beta, so you need not have to evaluate this. So this node will have value 5. Then it will come here. Here alpha is 8. it will evaluate this node, value is 11, so beta will be 11 in that case. So it has to evaluate this node also, value is 12, 11 is less than 12, so beta will be 11. It's a max node, it will take max of this, so value of this node will be 11 and value of alpha is 11. Now this node is a minimizer node, it is getting 11, so it will not change its value will be now 8. This node will be solved. Right now this is the best. Let us check out any other better option available which is greater than 8 from max point of view. Other options are, already we have gone through this, so this is 8 and this is 8, same, so therefore this node now will become solved and algorithm will select this particular minimax value. So result is same as that of previous one. So you have to select 4 nodes, representative nodes, which will represent all the strategies. Each node will be a part of 2 strategies. We are going to call that as a cluster. So we are going to refine the cluster. In this case we have started with this cluster. Suppose we name them as, this is A, this is B, this is C and this is D. Then we have started with cluster D, we refined it further and ultimately we got the minimax value. So this is how, in whatever is your initial set of 4 nodes, if it's a Fulbright tree, you will get the same result. So how many nodes this has evaluated now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nodes. So this algorithm, you will find out, evaluates fewer nodes as compared to alpha beta cutoff algorithm. So let us now find out what are the features of this algorithm. You might have realized that it's a complex algorithm because it is a combination of your alpha beta cutoff, AND/OR graph search, best first search, all these strategies they have combined together, and therefore initially you find it little bit difficult to understand. Second feature of this algorithm is it uses a priority queue, and you will have to keep all those nodes on that queue, so it has large memory requirement therefore, and that makes this algorithm impractical in real applications. It is also a slow algorithm because the overhead of maintaining that sorted open list are more. So every time you will have to work on that priority list. So computationally algorithm is slow. This is 4. Fourth one is it has proven to dominate alpha beta in terms of number of leaf nodes evaluated. As we have seen, it evaluates few leaf nodes as compared to your alpha beta cutoff algorithm. So this is the better feature of this algorithm. So it evaluates significantly fewer leaf nodes than alpha beta cutoff algorithm. So in that algorithm is better. But if you find out number of strategies, as number of plies they increase, number of strategies they drastically increase. So that computational overhead are more if your game tree, generally game trees are large, game tree is large. So therefore you will find out algorithm is too complex and too slow. In each node, the node with maximum H value is removed from open. So every time that has to be done, and when you remove it, then you will have to explore it. Whenever an interior max node gets solved, all direct and indirect descendants must be purged from the open. So these are the overheads, and continuously you will have to work on this. So therefore it is found that these 2 steps alone takes 90% of the CPU time. So that makes little bit this algorithm unattractive. Now let us summarize this SSS star algorithm. Although it evaluates fewer nodes, but it has problems like it is very complex algorithm, takes considerable amount of effort to understand how it works. It's a combination of best first search, A star search, and/or graph search, and alpha beta cutoff. Second issue is it maintains a data structure, as we have seen, called as open list, which is a priority list, and that is similar to that you have used in A star algorithm. The size of this list will go exponentially as your algorithm will proceed further, and therefore this algorithm is practically, many of the authors say, not useful. Third, you will find out this open list must be kept in sorted order because it's a priority queue. So insert and delete operations on that open list can dominate the execution time of this algorithm. So in spite of expanding fewer nodes, the disadvantage of this SS star discourages its use in practice.